Anybody know what this is? Look familiar to anybody? It's found in a lot of area contingency plans. It's also standalone plans. We have the luxury in the Gulf of Mexico, a fancy little tool that the Texas General Land Office has. It's called the TGLO Toolkit. Has all the ACPs as well as this type of information. It's geographic response plans. This particular thing that we're looking at right now is the Environmental Sensitivity Index chart. So for any given area on the map, they're going to have a chart such as this, which shows you the types of critters that could potentially be in that area during a given time. And that's what these individual icons represent. And there's keys to all this to tell you what it is. So you don't have to try to guess, what is that a crane? Or what, there's keys that tell you exactly what type of critter is there. And it also tells you what type of shoreline, the sensitivity of the shoreline. But the most important thing for us, besides knowing that, and you can almost say without a doubt that all of the Gulf of Mexico is sensitive from a shoreline perspective, except maybe a heavily industrialized area. But everything else is going to be very, very sensitive. The little blue circles that you see, what those represent are individual plans, geographic response plans, that are available for us to reference on, number one, priorities of what needs to be protected, and number two, what those areas look like. So I am going to actually roam for a second, and I'll try to speak really loudly. But what you'll see, the important bits of information for us to glean are section 19. You'll see where the location is at, and in some cases how to get to it. It even has latitude and longitude for how to get there. Closest airport, closest airfield. What type of inlet, what kind of opening you have. There's a 1,000-foot inlet that needs to be protected. The water depth. Why is the water depth important? Right, size boat you can get, so you might need an airboat because, well, there's a lot of places, especially on the Waller side, that it's a mud flat most of the time, and inches of water that you potentially need to get an airboat in there to do anything effectively. So they've pre-planned all this information. Another key indicator for us is the trustees. So maybe this is if it's a wildlife management area that we haven't previously notified, this would key me off to talk to the liaison officer to make sure that trustee has also been brought in. Now, our folks with the General Land Office will be a big help in a lot of that, and they would be married up with us in operations as well as the coast guard to make sure that we're covering all the bases. And then it shows the area, an aerial of what it looks like, and even a photo as you approach the area that they expect to have protected. And the deployment method, how they want you to deploy the boom to protect that. But they also, the nice thing is, here in the Gulf of Mexico, they leave it out for our contractor because not every day is the same day, right? You may not deploy boom the same way on a north wind at this location as you would on a south wind. So they give you the little disclaimer that, hey, if you get out there and the environmental conditions are such that you need to modify what you're doing, maybe not. Maybe we're not just putting containment boom out here. Maybe we have to do a step deflection or something like that. Then that is there for us to be able to modify our response, our tactics at the time to do what's most effective to protect the area to the greatest extent practical. So that's the geographic response plan. It's a very invaluable tool. Now, the other thing is not every area is the same. The West Coast, they would like to see you employ the method that they have pre-planned, and if you do not, there could be penalties that result from not deploying it exactly the way they've said to deploy it. Fortunately, in the Gulf of Mexico, we don't have to. They give us a little more latitude to do what's the best thing to do. On the West Coast, they're a little less lenient on deviating. We would have to make sure that we're working really closely with our state and federal partners if we're going to deviate from the GRPs at all. The important thing to take away from the GRPs, though, is it gives us the priorities, our response priorities as far as protection areas. In Louisiana, they do A1 A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, B4, C1, C3, C3,